37. All things that fall in the same category are generically the same as man and horse. Generically different are all those that fall in different categories as animal and knowledge. They are different in nggadas. On the other hand, all things that come under the same species and thus have their substance in common, as Peter and Paul, are specifically the same, but those are specifically different which differ from one another in species, that is to say, by reason of their substance, as do man and the horse. All those things are numerically different, which by the combination of their accidents have mark of for themselves the individuality of their own individual substance, and have thus acquired individual existence. That is to say, those that are individuals such as Peter and Paul, and all other individual men. The differences of all things that are generically different are also specifically different, as for example, those of animal and knowledge, for animal comes under substance, whereas knowledge comes under quality. Constituent differences of the animal and the animate are the inanimate and the sentient, whereas the rational, the weak, the terrestrial, or the equity are dividing differences. On the other hand, constituent differences of knowledge are its inherent in animate rational beings, and beside this, its tendency to inalterability, whereas grammar and philosophy are dividing differences. For, to that category, to which the genus belongs, the species also belongs, and so also do the differences of the species. And nothing prevents the same differences from belonging to the subaltern genera and species, but not all, because, for example, the living cannot make the non-living. Now by differences here, I mean those which constitute the genera and the species. Moreover, one should know that the 9 categories which are not substance, even though they are accidents, do each one have constituent in dividing differences. Each is a most general genus, and each has subaltern species and genera, and more specific species. For without exception, where there is a genus, then there are species and dividing differences, since they are what divide the genera into species. And where there are species, then there are differences also, for they are what constitute the species. The term one is used in 3 ways. Either it will be one in genus, as for example, we say that man and the horse are generically one and the same, because they belong to one genus, namely the animal. Or it will be one in species, as we say that since Socrates and Plato belong to one species, man, they are specifically one and the same. Or it will be one in number, as we say that Socrates is in himself one, being distinct from all other men.